Welcome back to the channel. Today I will be tackling the repair task on this 2004 Chevrolet SSR, which involves the rear sway bar end links. I've been noticing over the past month or so that whenever I go over a speed bump in a parking lot that I had a slight clunking noise. Thought it may have been something in the cargo area of the vehicle, but after removing everything and eliminating that, I got underneath the vehicle and did some diagnostics and found my end link on one side, being the driver's side, actually has begun to fail. It's gotten loose on one end. So today we're going to cover that, and hopefully it's an easy repair. We'll find out and see what fun I have doing that. But a little bit after the intro, I will have a segment that will show the tools that I ended up figuring out that I needed for the project, so that you know going forward what you'll need to do that too. So let's start tackling it. See you after the intro. Here are the tools and parts used in today's repair of this 2004 Chevrolet SSR. I purchased AC Delco Professional rear sway bar end links, and the parts used are 45G0255 for the driver's side and 45G0254 for the passenger side. These are greasable units. The grease zerk installation requires an 8mm socket, which I don't have in this picture here. I used a rubber mallet to hit the end links that are the old end links to produce the noise and to test the new ones. I have a 1/2-inch drive torque wrench capable of 74 foot-pounds, and I needed the extension to move the torque wrench further out on the driver's side because the gas tank is so close, and to use that 18mm socket to torque down the new nuts. I used a 17mm open end wrench to hold the new end link bolts because they have a bolt head on them, which makes it a lot easier to torque them down. And then I used an 18mm boxed end ratchet to take off and install the new nuts up to the point of using the torque wrench. For the old end links, I ended up using the 6mm Allen wrench to hold the bolts while I was turning the nuts to remove them from the vehicle. So those are all the items involved with the repair. I've got it up on the ramps, and I've got the wheel chocks up in front to make sure I don't fall off the ramps, so we're ready to go. Alright, we're taking a look at the driver's side end link for the rear sway bar. And I originally upgraded the sway bar to an ATCO aftermarket sway bar back in 2010, I believe it was. And it's got the OEM end links on it, and things have been fine up until recently. But as I mentioned in the intro, the noise has been starting in the rear when I go over a speed bump or jostling of the rear suspension. So here we have this end link, and it feels almost okay, except when you grab it on the top, there is a slight amount of play. And now, given the amount of tension on it, it's not quite as noisy as it was sitting on the ground. So I can feel the clicking in the top joint on this end link. The bottom is fine. It's a little less noisy up here on the ramps, but this is the side that seems to be making the noise. The other side seems to be fairly tight, but I'm going to replace both of them just to be sure, because they're both wear items. And let's go ahead and start doing that. Well, I cleaned up the sway bars, and the position of these end links is just a hair different compared to the original ones. These are the AC Delco Professional end links that are meant for the SSR. I've verified on 3 different parts sites, including the AC Delco site. The nice thing about this one is it does have a nut head over here where I can actually put a wrench on to get most of the torque applied to the nut to thread it on here. So let's get that going. While we're under here, we're going to use the rubber mallet again to confirm I have no remaining noises that are unusual for the sway bar after the replacement of the end links. And let's take a look at this. Is the passenger side. The bushings on the end link on the sway bar are good. No deterioration there. I can now grab the sway bar and feel no movement, and if I put extra pressure I actually move up and down the body. So the end links are functional and they're not hitting anything. They clear the brake line. There's no threat of them touching them at all. As I mentioned, these are just a hair different in geometry from the original ones, but they seem to be functional for this vehicle. Well, now that we're done with the repair, let's go take it for a test drive, make sure there's no strange noises coming from the rear end like I had before. So let's get it off the ramps and go for that fun test drive. In addition to the noise that I was hearing in the rear, which it sounded like cargo was shifting around, which I have the soft saddlebags with some items in it. It almost sounded like something was being thrown around, but it wasn't quite that. But when I would drive over these speed bumps, it would kind of feel like a little jump or shudder in the suspension. You could kind of feel the vehicle jump a little bit. It was an odd sensation, and it would only occur when I would go over the speed bump with the rear wheels. So that's what made me at least check those first, and sure enough, I found the bad end link. Alright, here we go with test number 1. Oh, that felt great. No noise. Let's wait for the car that's not looking. Test number 2. Perfect. Alright, let's go check some mail. You stay here. Well, here we are with the SSR back at my garage and doing a post-drive inspection to make sure nothing looks wrong. And so far, look, everything looks fine. No odd noise there. Appears to be clearing as it should. So let's go do the same thing on the other side. Now we're looking at the passenger side. And everything checks out good. We're still tight, no noise. So I would call this a successful completion of a repair. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're visiting the channel for the first time, please subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Please follow at RetroCarGuy530 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Take care and have a great day.